Hello, my friends. Andy over at today's CBD Oil. I thought I'd use my my little trailer there, not my trailer, my sizzle reel for the first time on one of my CBD oil broadcasts. And I can tell that my internet was struggling just there a little bit, and I can still see it struggling just a hair. I just went inside. Wow, what's happening here? Playing this. That's the way that I roll on these Facebook Lives. I always want to make sure that I show how simple I am and my vulnerability and how I am not a professional by things going on. Hey, Rich, what's going on? I'm glad you said something so that I know that you're here. Very good. You're a very smart man. Rich Moore, an up-and-comer in the CBD oil world. He's going to be starting a podcast. Rich, go ahead and tell us what the name of that podcast is going to be. I don't know if you've already started or not, but let us know what that, if you're ready, you can let us know what that's going to be. That would be awesome. He is going to he's going to blow it out of the water. He's going to be fantastic. He's already shared some of the things that he's going to be doing. And before I tell you about the thing that I don't like about CBD, because finally I've discovered something that I don't like about CBD oil. I know for sure now there's definitely one thing I don't like. And so I'm going to ensure that with you in just a few minutes. But I want to tell you about the positives. I want to tell you about some of the things that are just happening here. Rich Moore is one of them. He is an affiliate and is already on his way to stardom in the CBD oil world. I cannot wait to see him speak on stage because I know that's what's going to happen based on what he's sharing with me, what he's going to do. So it's going to be great. Matthew Adams is on. Hey, Matthew. Yeah, awesome. What I believe what you're talking about is what Rich Moore is doing. It's going to be amazing what comes out of Rich Moore. And I'm so happy. One of the things that is, I'm trying to figure out how to share. One of the things I want to share is that there's this possibility that some new laws are going to be put into place. We've already seen some action, I believe, in the Senate. I wish I would have studied that just a little bit more, but I just saw it briefly. And let me see if I can find it. I believe the first hurdle has come in the Senate, I believe. A farm bill just passed the Senate Agriculture Committee by overwhelming 20-1 vote and will soon go to the Senate. And that's going to make it much easier for farmers to grow hemp. Do you remember in some broadcast back in a couple weeks ago, I shared that it used to be illegal not to grow hemp. If you had farmland, it was illegal not to grow hemp. And so we're coming full circle back. Now, many opportunities are going to come up, not only in the CBD oil world for you in the company that I'm working for, and that's called HempWorks, and I'll share a little bit more about that in just a second. But I mean, it's just going to open. It's going to blow wide open as things begin to change. As we're able to now, hopefully soon, ship to other countries where we have some issues right now that we're dealing with in relationship to the law for shipping to other countries. Once that opens up, once Europe opens up, if you are not already in the HempWorks world with me, then you're missing out because I'm telling you, it's not even opened up now, and I'm already doing really well. I've already made 1,000 times more money than I thought I was going to make, that I even imagined making, because I really didn't intend on being in this business. But suddenly I've made 1,000 more percent more dollars than I thought I was going to make, which was zero because I didn't intend on getting into this business. And so that's how fantastic this is. If you're not in, you better get in. But first of all, I would say that you need to try this dietary supplement because it is fantastic. first of all, what I do want to bring to your attention is my lower third, which says today'scbdoil.com, and my new book, which is the cover of my new book, which will be coming out. This is pre-sale. I don't have the banner up here, but the newer version says international #1 bestseller in several categories. So this book, before it's even written, is a #1 international bestseller. And so who I want to thank for this cover and for the lower third and many of the other graphics that you're going to see related to my campaigns and that kind of thing. It is a young lady by the name of Kristen. And I'm going to, let's see. I don't know. I wanted to see if I could share. And I think she's on now. So yep, I can see that she's on. I don't know that she's watching the broadcast. But Kristen, if you could just post and say hi so everybody knows who you are. If you need somebody that will completely change your online business in regard to production, graphics, branding, Kristen is the person. If you do not post, Kristen, I'll understand that you don't necessarily want that to be known right now. That's why I didn't say your last name. I was just seeing if you're on. I can see by the little green light on in Facebook that you're actually on. I just don't know if you're watching because I don't see that you've did anything yet. So, Kristen, I'm going to leave that up to you. But anyway, I got to thank her because it's #1, you have to know that if you want good graphics, it's not going to be Fiverr cheap. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be 99 designs cheap. It's going to be outstanding, awesome stuff. And she is well worth whatever you pay for her services because she is that good. She has helped some of the biggest names in the online business create their branding and create their products. So you definitely want Kristen on your team. And I am lucky enough to have her on my team and have been able to spend some time with her talking about marketing and branding and that type of stuff. So I just want to make sure and give that shout out. So I just appreciate it. The cover of the book here that you see right now is came as a result of me sending her my book cover and saying, because we are part of a big event a couple weeks ago, or not even a week ago, where we helped create 111 #1 best-selling authors. But I sent her my version of this cover and she giggled, and then she came up. Immediately hired her for my business. So again, shout out to Kristen. I appreciate everything you've done. And if you decide, if you're not on now and you come on and you're watching the replay, just feel free to put your name in there. That way people can begin to know who you are because they're going to want to get to know you. And so I can see that my video is a little bit shaky. I apologize. I've restarted my computer. I've done everything. I went in the house. That's why we started a little bit late. I went in the house and told all my children who are all watching Apple TVs and whatever other devices and had them turn them all off. So apparently I'm still feeling a little bit of lag because of, and also it's in the evening when all of our neighbors are using the internet too. So now let's go on. Let's go a little bit further. And I want to show you something real quick. So this is what it looks like when your book goes #1 in Amazon. You see that little arrow that says #1 bestseller. And that's just in one of the categories. So I found that in several categories. Have so many people to thank, mostly all of you that were paying attention when I launched the book. Again, it's in pre-sale. It's not written yet. It's on its way to being written. I wrote a ton of it today. I wrote a ton of it of that book today, and so I'm in the process of getting that done. It should be done before it's about 80 days now. So it's 90 days from the time you start your pre-sale that you have to get all of your files up and into the Kindle platform. And then you can also create your hard copy at that time and have that sent out. I'm hoping to beat that by about 60 days. So I hope to have my book done. And again, I'm not making any promises, but I'm hoping to. That's my plan. All right. All right. Let's talk again. Before I go to what I don't like about CBD oil, let me show you one thing about the company of HempWorks. And I'm not even on camera. So let me show you a little bit. We have a convention coming up in October. So those of you that are coming in are going to join me and to begin becoming an affiliate within HempWorks and selling this product that's changing lives. And I'll tell you more about that too. I have a couple people that have contacted me that are because of these videos have started using CBD oil and it's changed their lives too. I do want to tell you about the company though, and that is at the convention they're going to be giving away a Lexus. And so this Lexus right here, and I don't know if it's that very one. I think that's probably an artist rendering of the Lexus. But they'll be giving away that Lexus for everybody that joins under you as an affiliate. And you have tickets to the convention, you will get an entry ticket into the contest that will win that Lexus. So I've already got 4 tickets for that Lexus since I am going to the convention. Since purchasing since purchasing. Oh, my ex-wife is going to love that I said now I own a Lexus. No, I don't own a Lexus, but I did purchase the tickets for the convention. I wish I would have purchased them sooner because I would have 100 tickets, not 4. And so I was a little delayed. So help me win that Lexus. Would you come in and join me? And then also now you begin to sell some tickets, and then you can be, get some affiliates under you, and you can be in the running for that Lexus. All right. So I'm planning on winning that Lexus. So I hate to tell you that, but go ahead and try by getting in and getting into the contest with coming to the convention, and then getting affiliates underneath you would be fantastic. All right. So that's some of the good stuff. And I think that it's time that I go from just simply a user of CBD oil as a dietary supplement to somebody who actually is in a business. And so that's what I'm just kind of changing my message a little bit to talk about this dietary supplement on one end, to tell you that it's changing lives. And I'm going to share with you some of the people that have purchased because of these Facebook Lives. But I now also want to say that it's changing my life as far as a business. It's adding to my income. I was able to get my kids a great toy the other day from the commissions that I got from the sales of CBD oil and other products within the My Daily Choice, which is the main company. You have My Daily Choice, and then within My Daily Choice, you have HempWorks, and there's a bunch of other products to sell in addition to HempWorks. You got other stuff, other dietary supplements that they have to offer, and you're going to want to get in there and see what those are. Consider the challenge accepted. All right, Rich, it's my Lexus. Don't you take my Lexus, my green Lexus. Apparently it's going to be wrapped in HempWorks design there. So that's pretty awesome. So again, we always want to make sure that you understand that what we're selling right now is a dietary supplement. That's super important because we don't want to get confused with a pharmaceutical. We don't want to make any claims that it cures any disease. It doesn't cure any diseases, but it is a great dietary supplement because it attacks some of the symptoms that are caused by certain things that you are going through, like pain and discomfort, lack of sleep. All of those have been improved for me. I do not have a picture of I took a picture of the the thing that takes your blood pressure. There's a name for it, if somebody could write that down. But my numbers have never been lower. And I was so happy the other day. So my blood pressure is so much better. My sleep is so much better. My neck and shoulder pain is gone. And for me, that's what the dietary supplement has done for me. First of all, you need to also remember, I like to always say this because I'm telling you, I was just in Utah wearing this t-shirt, and a bunch of people came, tell me about this HempWorks. So I began telling about the HempWorks. Well, I want a business card. And so does this make you high? Is it illegal? Is it safe for you to wear that shirt because now you're a target from police? All of those things are not true. Why? Because CBD oil is not a crime. It's not a crime. It is totally legal right now, certain laws. And so CBD oil is not a crime. All right. Not a crime. Oh, my darn video is all shaky again. Gosh darn it. Oh, shaky. Is it shaky to you guys too, or is it just shaky on my end? Just let me know in the comment section. So CBD oil is not a crime. It is legal. It is legal. We even have a version that has no THC whatsoever. It has a very low THC on the THC level, which is 0.03%, which is non-existent for the most part. But then they have another version that has no THC. So it is beyond legal. So it is legal. You can travel with it. You can sell it to people out in the streets, right? You don't need to hide the product underneath the brick in your front yard and then have somebody come by and hand the money to your neighbor, and then they come by and you give them the product. You don't have to do any of that. Illegal. You could go to trade shows and sell it. There's, of course, there's laws about sales without selling things without a sales license, I guess. But as far as the product itself, perfectly fine. Let's see. How does it do against nerve pain, including generated by fibromyalgia? Now, see, this is one of those areas that if I spoke about CBD oil in relationship to a specific disease, that I may get in trouble. So I'm not going to do that. But I can tell you that I've heard a lot about people with this condition in the testimonials. And I can tell you that. All right. So I cannot address that, Robbie, and I would love to. However, there is a lot of information in the testimonial groups that I'm a part of that addresses that disease in relationships to CBD oil. And so you may want to take that out. So or check that out. And if you want some, Robbie, I'll connect you with Matthew Adams, and I'm sure he also can confirm that there's lots of testimonials in relationship to that disease. All right. So there we go. All right. So thank you for that, Robbie. And I miss you. And I'm so happy that to see you every time you're on these broadcasts. Robbie's husband, Tim, was my very first paying dog training customer. My very first dog training customer. So Robbie and Tim are special in my heart. I've come a long way since receiving that very first check from Tim to train a security dog for Odetics in Anaheim, California. He bought a security dog that was attempting to eat people's faces off. And then by the time we got done with the dog, not through beating him, not through any harsh methods, that dog essentially became the mascot of the company and would greet people, lay on people's laps, and just was an amazing dog. The dog's name was Arnold, by the way. What a great name for the dog. All right. My wife used it for Matthew. Thank you, Matthew, for that. Thank you, Matthew. And you're welcome, Robbie. Long time ago. Yep. Quite a long time ago. But we still look the same, right? Oh, the other thing. I've been carded twice since I've been using this stuff right here. Which is called Revive. It apparently is reviving my face, apparently. I went to the store the other day and was buying some beer and wine. And the clerk says, "May I see your ID?" And I said, I don't even have it. It's in my truck. And I said, he said, I can't sell you the alcohol. And I kind of looked around for a second. I said, this has to be a joke. And I said, "Are you serious?" And he says, "Yeah, I need an ID. I need an ID." And I go, "I don't have one." And he said, "I can't sell you the alcohol." And so I left without the alcohol. I felt strange, right? Like, oh, I was told no about it. Maybe I got a problem. So here I am in Utah. I'm in Utah ordering a drink. Or no, I'm walking into a place called the Green Pig, which is a sports club. It's 21 and over. And they carded me going in, and I said, "I don't know that I have it." They said, "Well, you're not going to be able to come in." And so I said, the CBD oil is working great, apparently. So, and we know that's not true, but it is. I mean, people have noticed, and they've said stuff. They said, "You look younger." Somebody that was interested in talking with me, and she asked me, "So how old are you?" And I said, "Well, I tell you, I'm 56. She goes, "Oh my God, I thought you were in your 40s. That's a true story. And maybe it's the CBD oil. I don't know. All I can tell you is that I have that, and I use this for pain, and I take this and put it underneath my tongue. I know that, and it has changed my life. I am telling you. So Matthew, thank you for getting me in the business. Rich, congratulations that you're in this business and you're starting. You're going to kill it in this business. All right. So I just want to share one more thing really quick here. And that is that I've been, people have been coming to me and say, "What's this new stuff called CBD oil? It's this new thing. It's this new phenomenon. It's this new dietary supplement." They don't say that. They say other stuff. But, what is it about this new stuff? It's not new. It was first used in Western medicine in 1841. The cannabis resin at that time was used to help control a child's convulsions at that time in 1931 or 1841. In the 1930s, pharma in the U.S. sold cannabis as medicine. It's not new. In 1930, all of the big pharmaceutical companies were selling it as medicine. In the 1920s, physicians wrote 3 million scripts a year that contained cannabis. In the 1920s, it is not new. 1937, there were 28 over-the-counter medicines containing cannabis. That works really well as a dietary supplement. It even works so well that back in the early 1900s, into the mid 1900s, it was being used as medicine. And so it is not new. I know that it seems like it's new. I know it seems like it's this new phenomenon that's coming through that's helping people. It is not new. It has been around for thousands of years. And that's why I titled my book, what I titled it, "The Truth About This Powerful Ancient Medicine in Today's World." That's why I use that subtitle. It's the truth about the substance that's fantastic. And I'm going to put some testimonials in the book. I've already got a couple agreements with some testimonials that will be in the book. And so look for those. All right. So let's talk about this. What I don't like about CBD. There is something that I don't like. And let me first tell you, a girlfriend of mine in high school. She came onto one of my broadcasts. She may be even on now, and asked a bunch of questions. I think I even referred her to Matthew. We did a group messaging and had tons of questions. And I know that just like everybody else, they go, if I take this, am I going to be in trouble? I don't want people to know. There's this whole stigma behind it. So the day before yesterday, I believe it was, she sends me a message and she says, "Oh my God, the CBD oil has changed my life. There was a procedure I needed to have done. And I wasn't able to do it because of my heart rate was too high. My heart rate was keeping me from having the surgery that I needed. I took the CBD oil. My heart rate came down. I was able to have the surgery. The surgery changed everything. I am a new person, and I continue to take the CBD oil today, and it's changed my life. And I want to thank you." She was telling me this beautiful woman that I loved as a teenager, and she broke my heart and left me for somebody else. I was shy. I was just a shy guy, and I just was probably not that dynamic back then, and still probably not. But I know for sure I wasn't then. And when she's telling me the story, I'm welling up with tears, and I don't know what the hell's going on with me. And I've done that a couple of times in these broadcasts, and I have people telling me about, thanks to the broadcast that you brought this to my attention. And that, again, if you go all the way back, if you search and you go down my original, hey, Kristen's on, I can see her beautiful face. So I was talking about you, Kristen. If you want to put your information in there or just say hi, just so people can kind of recognize you are. If you want to stay silent, that's cool too. But I didn't know if you heard that I was talking about you earlier. But it's those moments of people telling me how it's changed their life, how it's done something for them so that they can so that they can live their life, right, a lot better than how it was being lived before, that they were either living in pain, living in discomfort. And I apologize for all these hesitations, but I'm so mindful of not saying the wrong thing that will get me in trouble. I have another friend who I've connected with in this world, and her Facebook world got completely shut down. Her ads manager got completely shut down. She's not able to add people to her Facebook pages. She's gotten completely shut down. So I hope you understand that I don't often have hesitations and looking for words that difficult time of looking for words as I did just now. But it's because I'm so concerned about saying the wrong thing and getting my entire world shut down in regard to Facebook, since that's primarily where I do these broadcasts. And so please excuse me. But for her to send me that message and to thank me, it's not, again, I'm only telling you I'm just introducing the product. I'm just merely the person who saw what it was doing for me and then thought, I got to tell my friends. And I have friends who are using it and it's changing their life. She's not the only one. But that is, again, without it, she's been suffering, right? Once she finally decided to try it and use it, she was able to move on with her life. And now she's a whole new person, a changed person, right? I have people like Jake, who's opened a store up in Modesto selling CBD oil. He has a store where he's buying it wholesale. So with HempWorks, you can buy wholesale and sell retail. They have that option, so you can do that. And he has a store where he sells CBD oil, and it's also changed his life. He sleeps better. He has no pain from whatever ailments that he was suffering from, and that it appears that the dietary supplement has improved on his pain. And it did such a great job that he opened up a store and is now selling it in Modesto. I've showed that picture of a store that has a sign on the highway that says CBD oil. That tells you that it's legal, that it's safe, and that it is something that you can use. All right. So there's that. There was another person who was having, I don't want to say the word, they were having really bad headache pain. I hope that's okay. I won't put a name to what it can be, but headache pain. And it was one of those things that was debilitating to them, for them. And They've tried everything. They've taken all the medications. They've tried everything. The doctor, prescribed medicines, and it causes these other side effects. And these other things happen. And they said, you know what? I tried the CBD oil. I've not had one of those incidents since they started taking the CBD oil. Again, I start getting all kind of choked up. I start getting a little teary-eyed, and I just go, it's amazing. All right. So with that, now I need to tell you what I don't like about CBD. What I don't like about CBD oil is that I waited so long to use it. I hate the fact that I just now, with only 2 months ago, this is only 2 months that I've been talking about CBD oil. 2 months ago, only found out about this thing. You know how long I'd been living with that pain in my neck and my shoulder? Another, just a complete debilitating discomfort that I had to roll out of bed. I couldn't use my hands and my arms to get out of bed. I had to roll out of bed so that my feet hit the ground. And then I just more had to use my legs to get up. I couldn't use my arms or my shoulder because the pain was excruciating. It was like somebody was sticking a pencil, not a knife, a pencil into my shoulder and then moving it around when I would move my shoulder. That came from years of playing hockey, from taking bites from 120-pound German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, hitting me at 20 miles an hour over and over again on this arm and swinging them around. If you go to YouTube and watch some of my videos, you'll see all the activity with how I would used to take bites and get knocked down. That tore me out of the back of a pickup truck. And so you'll understand how bad that pain was from all the trauma that I was suffering. Years. Not days, not hours, years of pain and suffering from that discomfort simply from taking the CBD oil. It was days later, pain-free. I hope everything that I just said is okay to say. And that's the truth. I've been suffering from high blood pressure since I was in my teens. I almost did get hired by LAPD or Anaheim Police Department because I had high blood pressure at 22 years of age. I almost get hired because of my blood pressure. Now my blood pressure is lower than it's ever been in my entire life. All right. So what I don't like is that I just now found out about it. What I don't like is that people are not taking it because of a stigma, because it's because it is associated with medical marijuana or marijuana. It is two different strains, right? You got industrial hemp, which is high in CBD and low in THC. You got marijuana that is high in THC and very low in CBD. Why? Because THC operates on the brain, CBD operates on the body, the cells in the body, the cannabinoid system within our body. And the CBD is what helps us with our cannabinoid system. It helps heal the communication between the cannabinoid system and our body, which controls a whole bunch of stuff, right? And we're going to do a little bit more of a talk with that a little bit later on. But you have to know that it is something you can use today and try without worrying about a horrible side effect. Can you try any of those pills you see on those commercials during America's Got Talent that had the commercials? The part of the commercial that's longer than anything else is the side effects. The negative side effects is the longest part of the commercial, right? The benefit is, hey, this will help you with whatever, right? But then it goes on for the next 28 seconds of a 30-second commercial on all the negatives, the strokes, the discoloration that you see, or you'll suddenly die of a heart attack, and then you'll suffer through a bunch of allergies or whatever. I can't come up with all the things, but it goes on for 28 seconds about the things that will do to harm you, right? But CBD oil is not that thing. What it does is it'll say, hey, it'll help you with this, but then they go on for 28 seconds about the additional things that it may help you with. That is the thing about CBD oil that I just despise about learning about it now, when long ago I could not have gone through all that suffering of that pain and the damage to my heart from having high blood pressure for such a long period of time. I hate that. I hate that I didn't listen to Matthew Adams sooner, that I didn't listen to him and start taking it a month earlier than what I did. I waited 2 months before I started taking it. 2 months before I started, or a month before I started taking it from hearing from him. And I think I heard about it even a year before that, and I didn't take it. All right. So I despise the fact that I didn't trust that I had this idea that the medical industry, the professional medical industry, had all of my interest in mind. That when they were taking my biopsy, that I trusted them not to harm me. And in fact, they harmed me, put me in the emergency room. I nearly died from bleeding to death. And then I was I had to have transfusions, and just went on, and I could just go on, right? And then they did it again, right? And then other medications, they go, try this. Well, that didn't work. Try this. That didn't work. Try this. Try this steroid. Take it for a little while, because if you don't stop, it'll make your skin so thin that that'll cause, long-term damage. What? Right? The great thing about CBD oil, that nobody says that. They said, try it. It's not going to harm you. You can't overdose. You can drive. There's nothing, right? The only thing that I know is that it has a benefit. And so give that a shot. Did I go on too long about what I don't like about it? Were you worried that it was going to be something really negative? It is negative. It's negative if you're not using it. It's negative if you haven't given it a shot to see if it's going to help you with those things that are bothering you, because there are so many things that it seems to be able to help with. And I still, as now that I know more about it, again, writing the book is helping me, doing research and understanding the cannabinoid system and the cannabidiol, how it affects us. Let me take this down, because I want Kristen to see her lower third that she worked so hard on today for me. And it looks fantastic. Thank you very much, Kristen. I'm glad that you're on. So if you didn't see Kristen, she's on, and she is right here. She is a master at creating your brand. And again, if you want cheap, go to Fiverr. If you want a little bit more than cheap, go to 99 Designs. Or get something done right, and you want it done well, and you want to make money at what it is you're trying to sell, because your brand is fantastic, then you'll see Kristen. If that's what you want. If you don't want to make a ton of money because of people noticing you, if you haven't noticed, if you can see that my brand is beginning to come together, right? You got my book right here. Right here. Come here, finger. There we go. My internet's not that great, but you can see my book right there. You can see my lower third matching the branding. You see the little white, where's my hand here? Right here. See the little, the white colored hemp leaf. That's not a marijuana leaf. That's a hemp leaf, cannabis leaf, right? It matches the branding. You got my book here, right there. You see how it all goes together, all tying together, right? We're just beginning. You're going to be amazed at what we see. Everything's going to begin to fit together like a puzzle, and it's just going to make us with my book. And you see that book right away, you're going to know it's me, right? Because of this branding, because what you're seeing on the Facebook Lives, what you're seeing on all the other pages. Wow, I'm seeing now. I'm sorry, I got to scroll down. Laura Hanson, Debbie Mullins, Morrow. Oh, people are on. Matthew is encouraging people to come on. Thank you. And Kristen just laughing away. Oh my gosh. All right. So anybody have any questions about anything before I sign off? And again, you'll hate it too. You're going to hate CBD oil for the fact that it's been around and you haven't tried it. You're going to hate that part of it, right? That you're going to go, oh my gosh, I was here listening to Andy. Who's another one? Matthew, April. We've been talking to April. April has been watching my CBD oil broadcast now since the very first one. She's been on everyone and still asking questions in Facebook Messenger, still sending it. Okay, what about this? And what if I do this? And how much do I need to buy here? And then just yesterday, I think it was Matthew, she bought, and she says, and I hope that it does. I'll tell you about that in a second. If it helps with all the things that she's hoping to help with, you're going to know April's name. If you don't already know April Roga, you're going to know her once, hopefully it has the impact on her life as it does everybody else or many other people. It does not work for everybody or work. It does not affect everybody in the same way. A very few people, right? I have gotten maybe one, and Matthew can vouch for me on this if he's still on, that I have a lot of people in my system as affiliates, as customers, as executives. I think who was already an executive there. I saw a couple of names of people that are already executives underneath me who they all have a story. They all have a testimonial of how it's helped them. I think I have one. I have one person that says, I didn't feel any different. It didn't change what I was looking for it to change. And it may not. I don't know why. And some people, it may not work. But they did not say it didn't work. And I also had to go have a blood transfusion. No, none of that. It's just that, I didn't get what it was that I was looking for. I can think of one. And I'm sure that there's possibly another that I haven't heard from yet. But I've had one. right? Of all the people that are in. So, the benefits are huge. The side effects are zero. The opportunity within the business, if you decide after trying it and it helps you, the opportunity in business as a part-time business, as a hobby, are huge. I already have read, and I was going to have somebody on. I was going to interview them, but for some reason now they're backing off on being interviewed. I think because somebody, if you come on my show and I'm talking about you, they're going to end up buying from me. I think there's a little bit of that in there. I don't worry about those things. If somebody wants to interview me and take all the product and have people buy their stuff, my message is that don't buy from me. Buy from somebody else, right? I think you're making a mistake if you're not buying from HempWorks. I'll tell you that. But my purpose again is not for you to buy from me. I would love for you to, but it's not for you to buy from me. My message to you is to try CBD oil to see if it helps you with whatever's hurting you, whatever's ailing you. If you can't sleep, I am sleeping like a baby. I have never slept this good that I know of, that I can remember in forever. I can sleep. Now after waking up, I can go back to sleep, which is unheard of. Normally when I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up for the rest of the morning, and then I'm worthless the rest of the day. That's how my life used to be. It's no longer like that. And so my purpose for doing this is for you to try this, not to buy it from me. That's not my purpose. It's great that you do. It's great if you would, but that's not my purpose. My purpose is for you to try this. Right. I would prefer you try HempWorks over anything else because I do think it's the best product on the market. But if you have something close that has CBD oil and you want to try it and see if it helps you. I can't vouch for that company because I don't know if it's pure CBD oil. I don't know if they have the same, product, when they make sure everything's done right. There's a name for that. Care for creating their product as HempWorks does. I don't know. So I can't tell you that. I know that HempWorks does. Based on everything I've read, everything that I've learned about them, they're fantastic. So I know that that's what I want for you, is to try it. And if I'm lucky enough that you decide to purchase for me, I'm happy about that too. All right. And that again is my goal. It is my only goal. All right. So Matthew put a bunch of stuff on here. This website is so you can read that disclaimer. That way, you know that whatever I've said is not quality control. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. See, Rich Moore, you're going to kill it. I bow down to you. I'm praying for you every day that you just enjoy life, and that this turns out to be something that benefits you and your wife. And just the fact you came up with quality control, not just for that, because you're a great guy. And I really loved our conversations over the last couple of days. And I love what you're going to do with your brand and what you're going to do with the product. I'm just really happy for you and look forward to being a part of it. I can't wait to be interviewed by you on your podcast, and so looking forward to it. All right. So anything else? Did I miss anything? By the way, yes, she is a rock star. Ooh, Kristen's a rock star. April's a rock star. Laura Hanson's a rock star. Who was I talking about? I forgot. Just everybody I named. Let's just do that because I don't want to leave anybody out. All right. So, oh, great. Thanks to you. Yes. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. So if there's no other questions on there, I don't see anything else on my agenda that I missed. Maybe I can just go back and remind you all that CBD oil is not a crime. I don't know why I just keep wanting to tell you that. It's because that's what I get all the time. The discussions that I had in this bar called the Green Pig in Utah, just this one lady was so, come here, buddy, was so not nice about what she thought I was trying to talk about, right? And she kept interrupting. I don't think that the whiskey sours that she was drinking was helpful. You can have your organic. They love organic seaweed. Do you guys like organic seaweed? Bo does. Say Bo. Say hi, Bo. Say hi, Bo. Would you say hi? Okay, no seaweed. Say hi.
Hi.
It's like a dog, right? I tell you, I did a podcast called the Dog Dad Podcast, and I talked about how training dogs is very similar to training children. You just saw an example of that, right? Use the treat to encourage the behavior. All right. Matthew Adams agrees on something. There's that 11-second delay and it always messes me up. I've already moved on to something else. Oh, the cop in me. Oh my gosh. Yep. All right. Very good. So yeah. I lost my train of thought with my son coming in there. I was talking about something. Somebody remind me what I was talking about. So anyway, the website is I gotta learn how to do this correctly. So over here, if I'm starting over at the TV, start todayscbdoil.com. Today's CBD Oil. So I'm gonna use this as a screenshot. All right. So todayscbdoil.com. That is where you go. Look on the tab that says products. You'll see all the products in there. You'll see that there's 750. That's the one I use. I take 10 drops under my tongue in the morning, 10 drops under my tongue in the evening. I, on occasion, may take some in the afternoon. If there's something going on, if I'm going to divorce court or something like that, I may add a couple drops to go to make sure that I'm feeling good. Yes, son. Well, you can eat that in the kitchen, not on the carpet. Thank you for asking, buddy. You are the best kid. You're my favorite out of all the 5. I usually say you're my favorite 4-year-old. They go, oh, thank you. And so, shoot. Now I completely off my train of thought again. Oh my gosh. Oh, the crime. Oh, the crime. Yeah, and the lady and the pig. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much. Now you're gonna have to remind me what I was talking. What I moved on to on the other thing. So yeah, she was so condescending. That's another word I was looking for. Condescending, like you don't know anything about medical marijuana. I go, I'm not talking about medical marijuana. And you may be right. I may know nothing about medical marijuana. I know more than I did yesterday or the day before yesterday. But she's going, yeah, you just don't know what you're talking about, quality control. And I didn't say anything about quality control. She goes, it's a very tough business. You're in a very tough business. And I go, I'm not sure. I gave her my card. And then later on, she came and apologized. She goes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be giving you a hard time about your marijuana. I go, I'm not selling marijuana. You're not listening to me, drunk woman. And then somebody else came in, and then I was able to educate them. It was an attorney that came from across the street. She was a criminal attorney. She was sitting right next to me, and we struck up a conversation. And she said, "So what is that hemp work you got on your shirt?" And I said, "Well, I'm glad you asked because it's a product. It's a CBD oil product. It's very low in THC, and they even have a formula that has no THC. It's all about the cannabinoids, cannabidiol." In the product that helps with our cannabinoid system. And she goes, what is that? And I said, well, it has to do with cells in our, and I went through a little bit of it and I tried to sound intelligent. Sometimes I have to pull out my phone and I have my notes. And next thing you know, she goes, oh, I think I need some of that. And I gave her my card. And so if you're in the business, here's a trick. Buy one of these shirts and wear it. I've worn this shirt for 3 days in a row and not washed it. And so it's because it's great marketing. I just need one now that has my branding on it. Right, Kristen? We're gonna have to put that together. But back to that story about people have this stigma, this thought about that it's this thing that it's not. Right. And I'm getting message to hear the dinging. That is from a surgeon in St. Louis. Encourages her patients who have spine surgery to use CBD oil as a dietary supplement. Why? Well, we're going to find out when I interview her. I'm going to hopefully interview her next week. As a matter of fact, let me look and see. And you guys are going to get a exclusive here. Let's see what she's saying. Okay, we didn't get a date, but she said, so I asked her, I said, hey, I cleared several days next week to do work on my book and to do as many interviews as I can fit in. Is there a chance that you may have a day next week where I can interview live on my Facebook page? She writes back, I'd love that. What day or times are optimal on your end? I've sent 6 patients to Hemp work so far. Hopefully it's my Hemp. Now that I have your page info. Oh, she did. I'll hand it out specifically. Oh, fantastic. You should see this woman. She's beautiful. She's married, but she's beautiful. And she's so stinking smart. You're going to love my interview. I'm going to definitely interview her next week. And that's exciting news, right? Such exciting news. All right. So her name is Kaylee Boutwell. Boutwell? I think that's how you say it. I'll find out how to say it. Kate. Kaylee. Yeah, Kaylee. So I'll be interviewing Kaylee next week. Kristen knows Kaylee. She met her last week, I think. You may have met her. So it's going to be fantastic. All right. So, Kristen, what was the yes for? Remind me what that yes was for. What did I say? That I'm interviewing Kaylee? Is that the yes? Yes? No? I don't know. But just remind me. So I'm rambling now. I've gone on. I actually, I don't think I've lost any viewers. I still have a ton of viewers here. If there's any questions about what it is that we're talking about, whether it's the business part of it, wearing the shirt. Oh, about the shirt. That's maybe what it was, that we're going to have to do the branding for the shirt. That would be fantastic. We're going to have to come up with something. Yes. I just saw you said shirt. All right. There it is. All right. So yes, that'll be fantastic. The shirt is amazing. You know, I wore a Led Zeppelin shirt. I wear it all the time because people often comment on it. They say, oh, what a great band. I love your choice in music, whatever it is. And so I thought, well, I'm gonna start wearing the CBD Oil or Hempworks shirt around. And sure enough, people like spot it. And you can see people like staring at it. And you see, as I'm walking by, you know, I would rather that, you know, they were looking at me, you know, the women were looking at me, but they're looking at my shirt. And so they're looking at my shirt, and then you see them like, what is that? You know, and they start talking. And normally it's in bars that they start talking. But I did have somebody on the plane ask me, go, what is that? And I said, oh, it's a company that sells a fantastic product. It's CBD oil. And it has been fantastic. And they said, oh, really? Do you have a card? And I give them a card. And so the conversations can be that brief, but other conversations can be longer, or you can end up talking way too long to a crazy person who's not listening to a word you're saying, namely the green pig lady, and did not hear a word I said. Her son was in the business, the marijuana business. And so apparently she knew a lot about the business. But a tip, get this shirt. And I don't have any, do I have any of my brochures here? I had some brochures sitting here, but I got brochures. I got business cards. It's all good. Yes, Ray. Getting ready to sign off. Did you want to come and say hi to everybody? You haven't been on camera in a long time. We have to do a cooking show pretty soon. We should probably do one this weekend. Say, Ray, say hi to everybody. That camera. Why do you guys get so shy all of a sudden? And I know you're not shy. Say hi. My name is Ray.
Hi. My name's Ray.
You need some CBD oil for that anger, apparently. All right. So that's it for me. I really enjoyed this talk. Again, the only thing right now that I found that I don't like about CBD oil is that I didn't start it sooner. Don't wait any longer. If there's something that you have that's bothering you, that you think maybe one of the things that has to do with inflammation or some of the things we talked about, I would give it a shot. Again, you don't have to buy from me. You can buy from anybody. You can try it. Make sure it's a good quality CBD oil, namely Hempworks. And if I'm lucky enough to have you as a customer, even more specifically, have you as somebody as an affiliate underneath me, that's even better, because together we can kill it, because it is just getting big now. It is, I'm telling you, trust me on that. And some of the things that are happening, again, they're opening up Europe for sales. They're opening up other countries. They're coming. They're not open yet, but I know they're in progress, and it's going to be something you're going to want to be ready for and be in and know what it is you're doing. I know nothing. Ask Matthew. Sweat. Matthew, again, yes, I'm sweating. It's hot in here. Ask Matthew Adams. I know nothing about this business. I know zero. Today I had to ask him about somebody in the business. I don't know what you call that thing when they're ahead of you. What is that? Your upline or something like that? I don't know the name of that. I know nothing. Trust me. You don't have to know anything. Just give it a shot. Get in. I'll be there for you as much as I can. But what normally I do is I pass you on to Matthew, because he knows way more than I do. And there's my book floating in the air. I don't know how that's happening, but it's floating in the air. All right, y'all. When did I go Southern? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. All right. I guess is Utah south enough? No, south is not even south. All right. I was in South Utah. How about that? All right. I'm rambling now. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
And now you're going to say, what? I thought you said there's no THC. No, there's no THC. That's just my goofy me. Right, Ray?
Bye.
Ray makes me nervous. All right. See you guys later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.